I'm just going to let everybody know.
This is a bunch of fucking bullshit.
George is having a cow. He's not on his period or anything like that. He's very upset about it.
It's been a while since we've done this, and honestly, for you people out there who enjoy me to just lose my shit while Kevin remains nice and calm, you're about to see it. Because I'm looking at the scorecard for this JDS Stipe fight, and it's just, it's mind-blowing. Because I'm sorry, I obviously was not watching the same fight. But anyway, we'll get to that later, I guess.
Yeah, we can. I mean,
fucking horseshit. It is. It's fucking bullshit. And you were a champ. You didn't fight like a champ tonight.
He was the former champ. That's what everybody has to realize. That he isn't the champ anymore. That's
I used to be 6'8". Should I be mad I can't dunk a basketball anymore?
You used to be 6'8"?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, laying down.
Oh, okay. Anyway, guys, there were 2 fights this weekend. The first fight, obviously, was the UFC fight night.
You mean fight cards, not just like individual fights.
Fight cards.
It's been a while.
It has been a minute since we've been out here doing this shit. Everyone's like, you guys gone? Look, George and I just have busy lives, people, okay? Which is a good thing for us.
Yeah.
It's how we get paid. But the first fight was Friday night, last night, and... and
how we get paid.
It's how we get paid. And it was the Ultimate Fighter champion will be crowned.
Yeah, they're...
Scrawl weight.
Scrawl weight?
Scrawl weight, because there's some scrawny ass bitches. But anyway, I'm gonna go over what happened really quick. I know George, George isn't even gonna front. He did not see that shit.
Look, if you've watched this show at least more than once, you know damn sight well I don't watch the Ultimate Fighter. That's Kevin.
He does not watch. I don't watch the Ultimate Fighter either. I just watched this shit because it was free 99, shorty. Now in the women's strawweight fight, the first fight of the night, Jessica Penne beat Randa Marcos. Okay, and other exciting news: there was Yancy Medeiros who defeated Joe Proctor. KJ Noons.
Oh shit, I know him, son.
He was like,
no.
I poke, fight fucking over. Charles Oliveira, he defeated Jeremy Stevens. I think it was bullshit. A lot of people thought it was bullshit. It was a lot of booing going on, but he won by unanimous decision. And then Carla Esperanza, who came into that house as one of the favorites, defeated Rose, Thug Rose, as everybody would call her. That's her name, Thug Rose. That's how she wants to roll.
She related Thug Rose. Tupac?
Not related to Tupac, Thug Rose. She came up a little bit short last night. Okay, and people had actually thought she was going to win it. They thought she was going to beat this girl, Carla, but Carla's like, no, it ain't happening. Now,
so basically, that couple minutes he just killed allowed me to pull up the rest of the shit that actually the rest of us want to listen to and talk about.
Yes.
Because no one gives a fuck about any of the Ultimate Fighter girls or the scrawl weights or the fly weights or the no weights because y'all are garbage. We're never going to see you fight. And if we all don't...
Are you done? Are you okay, man?
No, because here's like the whole...
Look, man, we're talking about the UFC on Fox. Dos Santos versus Stipe Miocic.
I'm gonna go on my rant after this.
Okay. No, I'm just saying that's the card.
Right. No, I know that, but there's so many other things that are going on in the UFC, and the reason I made the comment about the women is because if I do recall, the guy, the face, the mouthpiece, like people say UFC, who's the face? Honestly, people want to go. Exactly. I'm not even kidding.
He is.
He's the face. I mean, not Ronda Rousey, not Jones. It's Dana White. This is the same man who sat there and said, "There's no place for women in MMA."
Right.
And now one of your biggest stars is.
He's like this with fucking Ronda Rousey. Right. Literally. But anyway, go.
So it's so funny. And then you sign CM Punk and you don't sign some other people, and I'm just like, you are a wishy-washy, no spine having, going straight for the paycheck. Douche.
It is, and at some point, George. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit on the
oversaturating the market. Your product has sucked all year.
This year,
possibly one of the worst ever in UFC history.
Since we've been doing the show, George and I've been doing this since 2007, and you know what? It is this year. The product was more watered down than it ever been, and you know what, guys?
Or watered down.
Huh?
Or watered down. I want them to know what you were trying to say.
Oh, fuck that.
Because I don't know what water is, but I'm assuming that's the shit that comes out of a spigot. That's splooge. That's different. It's baby batter.
I figured you know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, the baby batter.
Bitches.
But
milk.
It's it has been. It has been a watered down product, right? H2O product. It's been one of that shit. It has been. And I mean, George and I, honestly, it got crammed. They took the product and they crammed it. And a lot of you guys like that. And a lot of you guys have complained about it. And we've heard it. We've heard both ends of it. But it is one of the reasons that George and I backed off from taping so much, because we were burnt the fuck out from doing it. Because literally we had to tape shows every fucking week. And the shows...
And it's hard to keep up with all these fighters.
It was.
Because, look, this isn't the only sport we follow.
Right.
And to be honest...
Right.
But so with the NFL and college football and all the other stuff going on, it was hard to keep up.
Yeah.
But tonight's card was well worth it.
It was.
And the other two news stories after this, going to be really interesting. And that's all I can say. And me, if I was a prognosticator and trying to
say that big word, son.
Trying to guess the future of the UFC, it's not going up, dude. It's not. This is not where they're headed.
No.
It doesn't look good.
And you know what's funny? 3 or 4 years ago, we were sitting here talking about how boxing was such on the decline, and right now with the fact that the Pacquiao Mayweather, even though they're might could happen on May 2nd.
What I tell you, he's always looking to beat up an Hispanic dude on May 2nd.
He is.
Or a little brown guy.
Yeah, well,
he wants to beat up
guy this time.
He wants to beat up a little brown guy every first weekend.
It was Cinco de Mayo. It's time for me to beat up somebody with brown skin. That's not real brown, but kind of brown. Yeah. So, but. It is with this. If in 2015, now I will say the January cards set for 2015, everybody are fucking off the chain. They're good.
If everyone stays healthy.
If everybody stays healthy and everything stays as planned.
But let's get into the card we had tonight. Tonight was free. It was in Phoenix. It was on Fox.
The first fight of the night, George and I sat down there and we were like, "What Matt Mitrione would show up?" Because Matt Mitrione is a fighter that sometimes you get a product that is fucking off the hook. And you're like, you know what, man, this guy
looks like a world beater.
He looks like a world beater. He is so put together. He's so fucking athletic for a big guy. And
then other times you get a guy who looks like he can barely get out of his own way. He doesn't know which ends up. He looks disinterested. Yeah, there's another guy on the card who had no heart.
Yeah.
None, and he might not have one.
He's gone. But
Matt Mitrione destroyed Gabriel Gonzaga.
He really did. He put it on him.
Wasn't even
he gave him the business.
Yeah, and that you know how much that hurt me because I love Gabriel Gonzaga
for one reason only.
Because he looks like Blanca.
Right.
But that led us to Alistair. I was fighting for a paycheck / a slot / if I lose this, loser leaves home match. Yes. That seems to be a theme.
Yes.
In the UFC, WWF. I mean UFC.
Yeah. Something like that. But anyway, he was fighting the tall man at the yes.
And look, we all know
a tall
Alistair Overeem's a big dude.
Yeah.
6'5", jacked.
Yeah.
Standing next to Stefan Struve, though, he's tiny.
Yeah, he is very tiny, sure. He looked like Tattoo from Fantasy.
Yeah, and then he tattooed Stefan Struve.
He did. But he actually took him to the ground and did it.
He ragdolled him,
But I'm going to tell you what, I'm not saying it's trying to be funny or anything. Stefan Struve just, I mean, I think...
He didn't look into it.
He didn't look into it. You know, we know he's had some health issues in the past. And, you know, stuff, serious shit, like with his heart. And George and I touched on it before. I don't know, man. You can't tell anybody what to do when they're passionate about something, but I would probably be like, yeah, I'd hang up my shit, man. I would do it. It's not worth your life, man.
There's no point. It's just no. I mean, go back to Sweden, train, put your name on the front of a gym, make some money.
Yeah.
Or just make money getting cats out of trees or something.
Okay. You could do that shit. Yeah.
Old ladies catching trees.
Or planes got ready to crash. I got you.
Hang Christmas lights.
I got you. Huh?
Hanging Christmas lights.
He could do. What else could he do? What else?
Go to a midget's house.
He could clean windows, skyscrapers. He could do that shit.
He could help midgets get stuff off high shelves.
He could do that. He could do that also. Tall man at the circus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stock shelves.
He could stock shelves. Be a librarian. He could get all the books. He wouldn't even need one of them fucking ladders.
When's the last time you were in a library?
Not a long time. Yeah. Kindle's kind of fucked that up, right? Yeah.
What else do tall people
He could pull drones out of the sky. Here's your drone, kid.
He could play Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, that's good. He wouldn't even need the hat.
Yeah, I don't know
how. He's got a kind of fucking rectangular head. You know?
Anyway, there's lots of other options besides getting punched in the face.
You know what, Stefan? We gave you a bunch of them. So
and as for Alistair Overeem, I'm sure with as strong as the heavyweight division is, that vaults you into like 3rd or 2nd ranking.
At least 2.5. Yeah, but he's
you should be the number 1 contender. Do you know how weak the weakest class, the weakest class, bar none in the UFC, is the heavyweights?
Oh, without a doubt.
Horrible.
It's
horrible.
Yeah. First of all, there's like 7 motherfuckers in it.
Yeah, Mark Hunt's still in the top 5 after getting dismantled.
And it's funny because 3 years ago, man,
Mark Hunt was on an island eating bonbons and fucking chasing naked bitches.
Yeah, throwing pineapples up their asses. Anyway, let's move on to the catchweight fight. It wasn't supposed to be a catchweight fight, actually. It's supposed to be a lightweight fight.
But
Nate Diaz said, fuck it, you know what? I can't make weight. I'm 160 pounds. He missed it. He was 160 pounds.
What was it? Was supposed to be at 155?
155. So they turned it into a catch weight fight. Nate Diaz
didn't get his leg out of the way quick enough. He about got that motherfucker sawed off.
When somebody stops, when the doctor comes in and says, "Look, man, let me look at your leg, Nate. Pull your
the ref stopped the fight partway through and asked the doctor to come in to look at his leg.
Which I'm surprised that even went down like that, because usually Nate Diaz, I'm surprised when the doctor talked to Nate that he didn't walk out the ring. Said, like, I'm uncomfortable with this shit. Fuck.
And look, in fairness to him on that one, Fox does what Fox does, and Fox just tries to sensationalize shit. And Daniel Cormier, as much as
that's my Nate Diaz invitation.
DC Daniel Cormier, as much as I'm not.
What about him?
It's not that I don't like him. I'm just not a fan of his fighting style.
Right.
He hit the nail on the head. They said, DC, what do you think of that? He goes, dude, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
We don't know what led up to that. We don't know what was asked before that.
Yeah.
We don't know what his day was like.
No.
And we've seen the Diaz brothers before in front of the camera.
Yeah.
They're very uncomfortable. They don't like it. So you know what you do sometimes in life? You make exceptions. I don't think any other fighter who wants to be in front of the camera is going to go, nah.
Why don't they just
Nate
do this
Diaz
shit like
didn't do it.
fucking... Why don't they just do it like Marshawn Lynch? That was the best interview ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boozy.
Nah. Yeah.
Nah.
We done?
But you know what's funny? He turned it up. He turned it up when he was talking about what he was doing, you know, for his
as much as
charity.
people hate on Richard Sherman, the man crushed it. Him and Doug Baldwin crushed it. Yeah. Because, look, they're not getting paid. Technically, I guess they are getting paid to do some of those contractual media obligations, but how can you find them $100,000 for telling the media to go kick rocks?
Yeah, that's fucking
because the media can go kick rocks.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nate Diaz got his leg completely blown off.
Yeah, he was completely outclassed.
Yeah, he's going to need a wheelchair tomorrow.
Yeah, he's already in a wheelchair, actually. They got it for him.
They should.
Yeah, they got it.
And a walking boot, and a cane,
whatever,
and a seeing eye dog.
And a lot of ice.
Yeah,
a lot of ice.
Stipe can reach shit off the high shelves and hand it to him.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
And then that leads us to the fight of the night.
Yes, which actually was a slobber knocker. Jimmy called us while he was simultaneously beating off watching the fight.
No, I think he's still backpacking through the Everglades.
No, he called us from like fucking Glacier National Park.
Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
And he was jerking off.
He's looking for
the fight.
Oh, he found Bigfoot. Now he's looking for Fatfoot.
Fatfoot.
Fatfoot's Bigfoot's wife.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was. But anyway, JDS went up against Stipe Miocic
and lost to me, but won to the people who count, which is Kevin and the judges.
No, look.
I had JDS winning one round and one round only.
But who did I want to win the fight?
Fatfoot.
No, tell the people who I really wanted.
Tail or tell?
Why you want to join on my English? Look, tell the people who...
We both wanted Stipe to win.
We did want. We both did.
Because I think it would be fun. It would be fun not to watch Cain Velasquez beat up JDS again.
Because the fight's getting boring. I mean, we just want to see another fight besides JDS and Cain Velasquez in heavyweight. So we both were pulling for Miocic. Now, I was looking at the fight through my realistic glasses. George was looking at him through...
my Stipe-colored ones.
Which means I just want to see what I want to see because I want to see the future fights.
Because what I saw was right.
That's what he thinks. But
that's what I knows.
Miocic was doing more damage with his punches, okay, from what I saw. He was doing, but he was not landing as many punches. That's the problem. And he could not take JDS down. So I knew he had won the second round. When we at the end of the second round, we looked at each other and you go, "Oh, Miocic's got the first two rounds." And in my mind, I thought Miocic definitely won the second round because he hurt JDS. But I don't know because JDS was a former champion and a lot of people don't know.
See, that shouldn't
And
matter.
I know, but I'm just saying. I said, and I'm saying, and he hit him more. I'm thinking the judges might give him the first round.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
And they gave him the fourth and the fifth and the third.
Yeah.
On two judges, the only round Stipe won was the second. It's someone else. I don't understand how the man didn't win 1, 2, and 5. Whatever.
He just, the problem, what hurt Miocic, in my opinion,
is his inability to breathe.
Yeah, and he really, his mouth was wide open in the third round, and you know what? He just wasn't. Even though he's coming forward, he was coming forward doing this. It doesn't. If you're coming fucking forward, you got to start doing something. He was coming forward, but JDS was pop, and maybe it was like this. You know? But if you're doing that and you're hitting me like this, you're hitting me. If I'm just coming forward, then I'm not doing nothing. The judges were like, do something, motherfucker. God damn, nigga, do something. You know
and then when they looked at JDS's face, and his cheek was over here, and his eye was up there, and his nose was like this, and he's bleeding out of other places, and his face looked like it'd been hit by a fucking Mack truck.
Because it was.
I'd be like, okay, you might have hit him 6 times, and he might have hit you 4, but his 4 obviously did way more damage to your face. You got fucked up.
You know what it reminded me of a lot of? It reminded me of the first Robbie Lawler-Johnny Hendricks fight, where Robbie Lawler was...
We gonna talk about that?
Oh, we can talk about that too. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Did you see it?
No.
Oh, I did.
Saw it. You did?
Mm-hmm.
I never saw the shit.
Great fight.
Was it?
Yeah, great fight.
Who won?
Robbie Lawler.
Yeah. I mean, I like him, but we both like him. So when
Split
you're
decision.
so when you saw the fight, you thought Robbie definitely won it?
No, I thought they were going to give it to the champ.
You did?
But I can tell you right now, what anyone who's watched this show before knows I am a GSP hating motherfucker.
Hater.
But the one thing I would always give to GSP, when he shot in for his takedown, he was always in top position. He was always in control. He was always dominating.
In other words, he did it with authority.
You shot when you shoot in for a single. Where's your head?
I shoot all the time.
You wrestled. So when you shoot in for a single, where's your head?
On the side.
On the side on a single?
On a single leg. Oh,
single leg.
Okay. No,
single leg. It's usually here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then usually you drive through.
Right, you drive through. Right. And you can trip up with the other leg if you want to, or you can pick up, do whatever you want.
Johnny Hendricks, for the better part of 2 rounds,
was falling down.
Just held onto his leg. Just shot in and did this. Yeah. That's what lost him the fight.
Well, he should have
just inactivity. A champ has to be active. You don't have to necessarily be winning with your actions, as we've seen multiple times, including this evening.
Right.
But you have to be active.
Yeah.
And he wasn't active. He stalled.
Yeah.
They literally, if this was a wrestling match, he would have got called for stalling and lost points. Yeah. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how long Robbie Lawler will be the champ, but it was great to see someone else have the belt already. Yeah. I like the turnover. The turnover's fun.
I do too. I mean, I think that's a tough division right now. That and the lightweights are just there. It's just
well. Let me just look. I spoke earlier to how soft the UFC heavyweight is. Go ahead and try to give me the number 5 heavyweight ranking.
And the UFC.
Yeah.
I would say Verdum.
Mark Hunt.
Mark Hunt. Verdum's 4.
No.
3.
No.
6.
Verdum's your interim champ.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's right.
I don't think I think Cain Velasquez is never going to fight again. The guy just can't stay healthy. Okay, so you got Verdum as your interim champ, and there's grumblings that that's going to become the championship. And if that's the case, then Junior dos Santos was 2 going in tonight. Travis Brown, even with the loss not too long ago, is now 3 because I'm pretty sure he just won. Stipe was 4.
Yeah. And he probably will stay at 4.
Right, because Mark Hunt's at 5. Josh Barnett's at 6. When's the last time he fought?
He fought back in he fought right when
1872?
No, when Cyndi Lauper. No! Cyndi Lauper came out with that album, and he fought the day after that. Didn't he? He didn't?
Andre Arlovski.
Fuck it up?
Bigfoot Silva, Roy Nelson, Ben Rothwell's number 10.
Who's that? I'm just fucking
Who's the last time Ben Rothwell fought?
Huh? In the war of 1812?
I mean, but all right, you get our point. So that's
scary in that picture. God damn.
Yeah. So that's the UFC in a nutshell. Last time he fought was September of 2014. September 5th, he fought Overeem. Before that was August of 2013.
Yeah, and he beat him.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I don't know when Rothwell's going to fight again.
Where's Alistair Overeem ranked?
11.
Wow, yeah, he dropped.
Yeah, but he'll go up now.
Where was Stefan ranked?
Stefan Struve, 15th.
Well, why should he go up? He beat somebody that was ranked 4 people.
Because the guys in front of him aren't active?
Hold on. Damn, man. Andre Arlovski's ranked 7.
That's just crazy. He's cornholing cats.
Yeah.
Cornholing.
He's been doing good.
Yeah, since coming back.
Yeah.
He's got 2 wins since coming back. Over Brendan Schaub and Antonio Bigfoot Silva. But anyway, that's the card tonight. The next big card, there's a card on the 20th, which I don't foresee us really getting into. I mean, that's
It's a fight night card.
It's Machida versus fucking
Dalloway. Dalloway. I mean, the other thing that's good is that you're going to have Renan Barão fighting on the card as a bantamweight. you got Eric Silva as a welter, but he is fighting.
We don't talk about somebody who's never lived up to the hype.
Who?
Eric Silva.
Yeah, he fell off the map really quick. He's fighting this guy Mike Rhodes, who I don't even know who he is. I'm sorry, Mike. I just don't know.
So this is in Brazil. It's on a Saturday. It's going to be 10 o'clock at night. Machida and Dalloway are headlining it. Baral's fighting.
I mean, where's Machida's fighting Dalloway now? Like, it's
why?
Just like what
number 4 versus number 10?
Yeah.
How's CB still ranked in the middleweights?
Well, he pulled off some pretty good victories as of late, hasn't he?
That is an ugly dude, dog. He beat Francis Carmont and...
Huh?
Go ahead.
Cesar Ferreira. I don't know.
So he lost to
Bosch, but he beat Serafan and he beat fucking Jason Miller, who just was... Jason Miller was just... Cuckoo! Straight for Cocoa
Anyway,
Puffs.
I don't think Dalloway's going to get away with a win on this one. So all you folks who are going to tune in...
Somebody's at the door. Oh, Mayhem Miller's at the door for you, man.
Shit, I'm looking for you, dog. So anyway, the next big fight's coming up on the 20th.
Right.
I can honestly say
No.
We're
not going to cover that
Probably
shit.
not going to even watch it.
No.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't...
Yeah.
There's no... Like, this is what I mean.